Everything around you, everything including you, is made up of atoms. Atoms are tiny particles that make up the things we see around us. One way to think about atoms is to treat them like Legos. Atoms, like Legos, come in different types. You have your small Legos, your square Legos, the flat ones, and the brick ones. Atoms come in different forms such as hydrogen, helium, oxygen, and carbon. Legos can be used to make cool things like Star Wars spaceships or castles. By putting together the right Legos, in the right order, you can build any structure you want. Atoms work the same way. Atoms can be combined to form molecules. If you have the right combination of atoms stuck together in the right way, you can build complex structures like you or me. Atoms have mass. They weigh something. Now, atoms are tiny, so each atom doesn't weigh much, but it is the atoms that we weigh when we put an object on a scale. The more atoms, the more the object will weigh. If you remove some atoms, the object will weigh less. Atoms last forever. Atoms were created in stars and during the Big Bang. The atoms that make up you are the same atoms that were in the solar system when it formed. Atoms cannot be created or destroyed. The atoms that make up your body will still be around long after you've died and decomposed. Even if you light something on fire, the atoms don't go away. Atoms can be bonded together to form molecules. A molecule is just a fancy name for two or more atoms stuck together. Water is 3 atoms stuck together, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Ethanol, a type of alcohol, has 9 atoms, 2 carbon, 6 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Carbon dioxide has 3 atoms, 1 carbon, and 2 oxygen atoms. The atoms in any of these molecules could get broken apart and then rearranged into other molecules. The carbon atoms that are part of the apple that you ate for lunch are still carbon atoms after you digest the apple. However, those carbon atoms can get rearranged into other molecules that you then use to build more skin or muscle or hair. Atoms cannot be destroyed, but they can be rearranged to make new molecules. Atoms bonded together form molecules. Because molecules are made of atoms, molecules have mass. However, molecules can also store energy. Energy is stored in the bonds that hold atoms together. Energy stored in bonds is called chemical energy. When you make or break bonds, you store or release energy. Like matter, energy cannot be created or destroyed. However, energy can be transformed. When plants get energy from the sun, they transform the energy into chemical energy stored in the bonds of the plant molecules. When you eat a plant, the chemical energy in the bonds of the molecules can be released into movement energy that you use to walk around. When you light a fire, the chemical energy stored in the bonds of the wood molecules is released and forms heat energy or light energy. Energy doesn't have mass. Mass is something that atoms have. Energy is something that bonds have. Because molecules are made of atoms and bonds, molecules have mass and energy. Energy cannot become mass because bonds cannot become atoms. Likewise, atoms cannot become energy. So, to recap, atoms make up all things. Atoms have mass. A gain in mass means more atoms. A decrease in mass means fewer atoms. We can measure changes in mass to tell if atoms have moved. Atoms cannot be created or destroyed. Atoms that are around today were around 100 years ago and will still be around 100 years from now. However, atoms can be rearranged into molecules. Molecules around today might not be around in 100 years because the atoms can be rearranged into different molecules. When atoms are bonded together, there is energy stored in the bonds. Energy, like matter, cannot be created or destroyed, but energy can change forms. When you clap your hands, the movement energy is transformed into sound energy, but the energy doesn't disappear. Bonds can store energy in a form called chemical energy. Matter and energy are different things. Matter cannot become energy, and energy cannot become matter.